day 9. Sun is just peeking through the clouds there, as you can see. Sunset watch again. Well, aren't I lucky? And I got a cup of tea, so that's fantastic. Cup of tea in the sunrise, lovely. As you can probably hear, we've got the engine on. About 6:30 last night, we gave up the struggle with about 6 knots of wind. We haven't been going very fast, and the wind was just not very much at all. It's around 6 knots.
We've got the engine off finally. The engine was on for 12 hours, so we made a few good miles, noisy miles, but still made some good miles. The seas were really flat, no wind. We tried to sail it, it was just impossible in the end, so we had to admit defeat and put the engine on for 12 hours. The wind has come back. We've now got between 12 and about 15, 12 to 15. It's nice when it's 15 because the boat goes really well, but we'll take 12. So we're moving on. We are following mostly the course that Predict Wind gives for the routing, but we're doing it kind of how we sail combined with what they suggest. We find that some of the angles that they give you have been a little bit tight for how the boat sails, but maybe that's just us. Maybe we like to sail a little bit less over like that. Yeah. So yeah, we've got the sails up, it's all good. Day 9, I think we've probably done, well, we've got 1,400 miles to go, so we've done about 800 miles. All good.
End of day 9, and it's time to prepare tea. So tonight we've got a bit of a jar frenzy tonight because we've run out of fresh veg, peas, bamboo shoots, mushrooms, peppers, and lazy boy Tesco, so God knows how long we've had this, sweet and sour cooking sauce. Still in date. Shove it all in a pan, warm it up, and home cooked basmati rice. That's for tea tonight.
Here's what the evening looks like. That's the sun in the west behind us. There we go. Nice conditions. We've got 2 reefs in the main and 1 reef in the head sail. We find that that balances really nicely when you're running downwind, because we've had winds up to about 20 knots and the boat behaves really well like that. It's dropped off a bit now, down to about 16, 17, but we'll leave it like that for the night so it's comfortable. That's it, end of day 9. Well, it's about 5:30 in the morning. It's been quite a night. It's been fairly windy, fairly rough, and thank goodness the sun's coming up. Things are a little bit calmer now. We're down to about 18 knots of wind, 20 knots of wind. It's been up around 30 last night. Got a bit hectic at points, but we've made it through the night. The swells are currently about 2 to 2.5 meters. They're from behind, so that's rather nice, and I think it's going to be another lovely day. Well, looks like we're going to get hit by another big squall. It's a bit nasty all the way around. Yeah. Let's get some waterproofs on. More squalls, surrounded by them today. Squally over here, squally over here. As you see, all the way around. They've been bearing down on us, giving us winds of about 25 to 30 knots. So we've just got the head sail out at the moment because we find that it keeps things under control a little bit, and we can reef it in. We've been in at third reefed head sail just to try and stop the craziness. But I'm going to go and get some waterproofs on because I don't want to get soaked. Hello from a very wet and windy Atlantic Ocean. It's not very nice at the moment. We're going through a squall. Winds up to about 26, 27, 28 knots. Raining, as you can see. Got my full fisherman's oilies on because our other stuff was a bit leaky, it's a bit old. So we bought some fisherman's oilies in St Martin, and yes, we need them today. Well, day 10's been quite eventful, to say the least. We've gone from all the wind to no wind, and we've been completely reefed in and completely reefed in, and we've literally just sailed out of that gloomy bit over there, and in 10 yards we went from 20 knots of wind to 9, and the sun's come out, the seas are flat. This is all in 10 minutes, and we've still got all of our excellent oilskin suits on.
Yes, they're really good.
As you can see, Alison is sporting the latest fisher wear.
Well, there is a story, and the story goes: we left St Martin last Friday, heading for the Azores, and in the middle of the night, having had lots of rain and thunderstorms and one thing and another, in the middle of the night, about 2 o'clock, 70 miles out of St Martin, the wind vane just suddenly sort of snapped in two. It was dark, it was stormy, it was very rainy. So we made the best decision at the time was to turn around, to go back to St Martin to try and fix it. But then from then on, it just absolutely poured it down. More thunder, more lightning, and absolutely deluged. So by the time we got back, we worked out that our waterproof clothing, which is probably about 8 to 9, maybe even 10 plus years old, was no longer waterproof. So we said before we went back, we'd have to get some new stuff. So of course, when you're trying to buy wet weather gear in the Caribbean, you don't get a lot of choice, because guess what? They don't wear it in the Caribbean. So our limited choice was our matchy coat and bibs, and they are awesome.
So as I was saying, we came out of all of the, we're all togged up, and we came out of the nasty stuff, and now in front of us it looks like this. Look at that, what a difference. Blue skies. Still got, well, you can see we're all reefed in because we haven't done anything yet, and we've just come from out of all the gloom over there. Well, we spent yesterday battling to get north, to get around this weather system. Only to get the forecast today, it's all shifted again. So we've had to tack back again, almost the direction that we were coming from. So we've just wasted 24 hours trying to get around this system. And we've just been dragged into it, can't seem to get away from it. Here's what the day looks like. As you can see, we are reefed in and it's grey. Where we're heading is grey and miserable. It's going to rain in a minute. We've been battling this system for, I don't know, probably 3 days? Yeah, 3 days, maybe longer. We cannot get rid of it. We can't get past it. We can't get north of it. We can't get south of it.
But never fear, I got the kettle on, so it's gonna have a cuppa because we really need one. I might even manage to get some food because we're on the leave. Might be some simple food again today, but we're battling through. Right, curdle's going.
I don't know if you can make that out. Just to give you some idea, this is what our track's like. This is what we've been doing. This is what it's been like.
Good morning. Day 12. And here's the conditions so far. Nice and early, lovely sunrise as always. We have a full head sail and a reef mainsail. Because guess what? 5 knots of wind. So we're lucky to be making any progress, but we are. And it's really nice and calm. Super way to start your day, nice and chill. So things break, things need repairing, things go well. That's life. That's just how life is on a boat, how life is if you live in a house, if you have a car, things happen. So as we went to unfurl the sail yesterday, we spotted a nice little tear in the bottom. It's where the reefing line has obviously been rubbing. See it there? It's been rubbing against the sail. So we thought about sticking some sailcloth on, which we tried and it didn't stick, so maybe it's old, maybe the sail was damp, not sure, it didn't work anyway. So we thought, well, we'll just put a stitch in it and have a look properly when we can do it in the Azores, because we were sailing along and there was about 10 knots of wind, so there was lots of movement on the boom, lots of movement on the boat, so a bit of a temporary fix just to get us there. And you're going to love the course. Have a look at this. Three knots of boat speed, bearing 321, so northwest. Yes, it's been... Never mind, we are a little closer to our destination, but you can only sail where the wind is, and that's what happened with the wind. We were also trying to avoid, well, I'll indicate. Over here, there's going to be not a lot of wind, and over here, there's going to be a lot more wind. So we're trying to sort of scout through the middle, find some wind, but not too much wind, just to move more towards our destination. But whenever we seem to go north, so does the system. So we go south, and so does the system. So we're having a little cat and mouse game at the moment, but we'll get there. Breakfast this morning, already half eaten as you can see, is a Madeleine and cup of tea.
Sunset on day 12. We've run out of wind completely, so we've got the engine on. We were just drifting the wrong way, so we've had to put the engine on for a bit, try and find some wind.
Beautiful sky to end the evening on day 12, and the moon is already up too. Good morning, day 13, 1st of June 2025, on the crossing from west to east across the Atlantic Ocean towards the Azores. Here's the morning. It's a bit of a grey one, a bit of a cloudy one as well. And as you can see, a bit bangy crashy. Swells around 2 meters, but stopping us in our tracks. We're on a different tack. Because we finally found some wind. Mind you, we're heading east rather than north to find it, but we're finding some wind. There's our view ahead this morning. It's a bit bangy crashy up into the waves. It's actually calmed down a little bit at the moment, only 11 knots. Just trying to work out what that nasty looking grey cloud is ahead, and therefore there may be another reef in the head sail too.
Maybe.
John's just woken up from his sleep, so probably a little bit like bit of zombie-fied. I think woken up by the banging and the crashing. Look. I think that's called nature's wake-up call.
Yeah.
So this is our chart plotter, and you can see our pretty wiggly ship passing behind us. We're heading east because over here in the east there's some wind, that we can get some wind up here, and then it will be able to go north. Because over here in the west on the forecast there's no wind, so we decided to go this way to pick up some wind, to then probably go either up, or it might even be like up and round, but who knows. In search of the wind, which we think we found, hopefully. We'll see. Day 13 of the passage. Good morning. Day 14 on Nova Vita with John and Alison. John's asleep, I'm on watch. I've got the sunrise watch again. And we found some wind, which is good news. Always like wind. We've been struggling, really struggling over the last 5 days. Wherever we go there's no wind, even though it's forecast, and just the fronts just keep moving around. Doesn't matter, we've found some wind now, so that's all that matters for now. A couple of squalls on the horizon, I'll show you. I'm ready to reef if needs be. We've got a full head sail out at the moment and one reef in the main. But there's that little squall over there, and maybe something building over there, although I have been watching it and I think it's going, so that's good news. It's a nice wind, so we're sort of downwind sailing, so that's good. Got a preventer on the main. Going along nicely. God, look at this sunrise this morning. Let's hope that bodes well for a lovely day.